Today, I want to show you how you can use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. This formula is better than VLOOKUP, and you should start using it. XLOOKUP is more flexible and versatile compared to VLOOKUP. Start using it, and you will know that why it is given preference by Excel pros. With XLOOKUP, you can look up values. For example, let's say I have a brand here. That's my favorite brand, and I want to know how much does this brand cost. I have a table with all of the different brand prices. Can look up the price for my favorite brand. Could also go back and change the brand type. And there, I immediately get the price back for other brands. We're going to start with the most simple example that shows you the fundamentals of how XLOOKUP works. And then we'll go and look at some of the more advanced capability. XLOOKUP is currently only available for Microsoft 365 subscribers. Alright, let's check out the XLOOKUP function. Let's start with just a basic example that will show you the fundamentals of XLOOKUP. Over on the right-hand side, I have a brand, and I want to know how much will this brand set me back. Over on the left-hand side, I have a table with their prices and the brand's type. I want to look for Oppo in this table. So here, I want to look for the brand name, and then I want to get this price back into this cell. To do that, we are going to use the XLOOKUP function. And by far, the easiest way to enter a function is to use the insert function help. Let's go up to the top left-hand corner and click on this icon. Within this prompt, let's search for the function XLOOKUP, and then click on Go. Here I see XLOOKUP. Click on this one. This opens up the function arguments, and over on the left-hand side, you'll see that some of them are bold, and some of them are not bold. So what's the difference? Well, the ones in bold are required, and the ones that aren't bold are optional. In this basic example, we'll just focus on the first three. You only need these to do a simple lookup. Alright, let's figure out the price for Oppo brand. Right up on top, it asks me for the lookup value. And once again, I want to know the price of Oppo. So this is what we're looking up. Next, it asks me for the lookup array. Well, I'm looking for Oppo in this table. And here, I'll select the brand type column as the lookup array. Once it finds Oppo, I want to get the price back. So the return array is the price. I'll highlight this column. So here, once it finds Oppo, it'll return this value from that same row. Down below, we can see the price. And once again, I filled out all of the required fields. I'll click on OK, and here again, we can see the same price. Look at that. You successfully looked up your first value using XLOOKUP. Wasn't that easy? Now here you can see the formula for XLOOKUP. You could type it in directly like this, or you could use the function helper, just like we did. I personally like the function helper because I think it makes it a little bit easier. Within our formula, because I referenced the brand type right here, I can now change the brand name. Let's say I type in Samsung, and I want to know the price for that. When I press enter, the price automatically updates to reflect the price for Samsung. Now let's say, instead of searching for Samsung, maybe I'll type in the best mobile brand. Now that sounds really good, but as you can see, that brand type does not exist in this table, and I get this nasty NA error message back. To present a nicer error message, let's once again open up the function helper. Click on this icon, and here once again we can see all of the function arguments. This brings us to our first optional parameter, and that's if not found. So if there's brand type that just doesn't exist, well, we can provide a friendlier message back to the user. Here I'll insert a quote, I'll type in no such thing, and then I'll close my quote and click on OK. So when we search for best mobile brand, there is, unfortunately, no such thing. That's looking much better, whereas we cannot use it in VLOOKUP. XLOOKUP works great when you have a vertical list of data, but what happens if you have a horizontal list? XLOOKUP can search both vertically and horizontally, whereas VLOOKUP only searches vertically. Here on the next worksheet, XLOOKUP works just as well with horizontally presented data. Right here again, I'll click into the price field, I'll select the function helper, and let's click back into XLOOKUP. Here once again, I'll look for Oppo. Here I want to look for it in this array of data, and once again, I want to get the price back. Here I'll click on OK, and here too we see that it's the same price as before. Along with horizontal lists of data, you can also use XLOOKUP across multiple worksheets. You've probably already memorized the price of Oppo, but once again, you can also use XLOOKUP across sheets. Here once again, I'll open up the function helper, click into XLOOKUP. Here I want to look up Oppo. For the lookup array, well, there's no table on this sheet. Here I'll click into the price table worksheet, and here I'll look for Oppo in this column. For the lookup array, here I'll click back into the price table, select all the prices, and then I'll click on OK. So here too I can get the price back, even if the table that I'm looking up the price in happens to be on a separate sheet. One of the nice things about XLOOKUP is not only can you get one value returned, you can have XLOOKUP return multiple values. Here on the return array sheet, not only do I want to look up Oppo and get the price back, but I also want to get the cost back. And once again, XLOOKUP can do this. Let's click on the function helper. I'll click into XLOOKUP. And once again, we're looking for Oppo. In the lookup array, just like we've been doing all along, here I'll select the brand types. For the return array now, not only do I want to get the price back, but I also want to get the cost back. So how do we do that? Well, here I'll simply select both of these columns and now I'll click on OK. And look at that. Here it gives me the price per brand back and it spills over into this next cell. And it also gives me the cost back. When you get multiple values returned, you can nest that within another function. What does that mean? Well, let's check it out. Before we jump to the next worksheet, here I'm going to copy the XLOOKUP formula that we entered and I'll copy it right to the point of the equal sign. Next, let's jump to the combined functions worksheet. In combined functions, up here in the top right-hand corner, I want to know how much profit do they earn for every Oppo brand sale. To calculate the profit, I'll take the price per mobile and then I'll subtract the cost per brand. So the profit should come up. I could also use the sum function. I'll sum the revenue and the cost, and that'll tell me what the profit is. Right up here, let's click on the function helper. Here, I'll type in sum, click on go, and let's click into the sum function. Here, within the sum function arguments, it asks me what numbers do I want to sum up. Well, remember we copied the XLOOKUP function from the previous worksheet. Here I can simply paste that in here, it'll sum up price, and it'll sum up the cost too. And I can click on OK. And here I see the profit. The neat thing here is you can nest your XLOOKUP within other functions. And in this case, I'm summing up all the different values returned by XLOOKUP. With XLOOKUP, you can also look up based on multiple criteria, whereas VLOOKUP does not allow that. Let's take a look. On the next worksheet, I want to know how much does Samsung A55 brand cost. To search for multiple criteria, let's once again click into price. Let's open up the function helper. Let's click into XLOOKUP. And here for the lookup value. First off, let's select Samsung. Then I'm going to insert the ampersand symbol, and then I'll select A55. So here we're looking up two different values. In the lookup array, we do the exact same thing here. I'll select this column, insert the ampersand, and then I'll select this column. And then for the return array, I'll select the price per brand, and then click OK. And here we could see the price of Samsung A55. We're making fantastic progress on XLOOKUP. And last, I want to leave you with perhaps the most advanced and complicated scenario. You can use XLOOKUP to find values in a grid of data. To do this, we're going to nest an XLOOKUP within an XLOOKUP. I know it sounds complex, but we'll walk through it step by step. This now brings us to the very last worksheet, and this is the final boss of XLOOKUP. You've made it this far, so let's get through this. We're going to use XLOOKUP to tell us how much money or revenue is earned from Oppo in 2023. And here you can see that it's a grid. We have the brand type and we also have years. And we want to pick out the revenue number from this grid of data. It looks really hard, but we're going to break this down and we're going to use two separate XLOOKUPs to pull this off. First, let's return the revenue for the year selected. Click into the blank cell, click on the function helper, and here, once again, let's select XLOOKUP. For the lookup value, I'll select the year. For the lookup array here, I'll select all of the different years. And for the return array here, I'll select all of the different revenue amounts, and then I'll click on OK. And here we see all of the revenue for 2023. Next, I want to find the revenue for Oppo. I want to look at this list here. And when I find Oppo, I want to pick out this result. So I want to search against the output of this previous XLOOKUP function. Let's copy this, and we're going to insert this into another XLOOKUP. Let's click into another cell. Let's go back up to the function helper. And once again, we're going to use an XLOOKUP. This time for the lookup value, I want to look for Oppo. For the lookup array, I'll select all of the different brand types. And for the return array, I could select this set right here and then click on OK. And here I see the revenue comes back. But instead of pointing at this specific set, instead, I can insert the XLOOKUP function directly into here. Here I'll paste in the XLOOKUP function that we entered earlier. So now I have an XLOOKUP nested within an XLOOKUP. Press enter, and the result doesn't change at all. It's still exactly the same, except this time it's a little bit more efficient. And we could remove this XLOOKUP. Now that we have the formula in place here, I could change the year, or I could change the brand type. And here we see it automatically updates to the correct value. So here I could see it updates. So here now we are successfully searching across a grid. Alright, so that's all in XLOOKUP function to learn. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon for more tips like this.